Well, just look at these beautiful fall colors here in Minnesota. You can see the leaves turning, and pretty soon these grounds are going to be white with snow. Today's adventure brings us to Heritage Park in Shoreview, Minnesota. Not to see this historic house, although that might be a future adventure for Tommy Travels, but no, to the world's smallest Texaco Station. Right here in Shoreview, Minnesota. This thing is over 100 years old. Well, hello there, and welcome to another beautiful day for an adventure here in Shoreview, Minnesota, in front of this, the world's smallest Texaco Station. Last week we were in front of one of the largest statues in Minnesota, the Jolly Green Giant. Today, we're in front of this little guy right here. This thing has been around for over 100 years. They estimate that it was built sometime in the late 19-teens to early 20s. The gas was about 17 cents a gallon back then. Oh my goodness. And this absolutely is a very cool location that's going to be fun to check out. If you are brand new to this channel, go ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss out on a thing. Welcome to another edition of Tommy Travels. It's Tommy Travels. Come on with me, you guys. Let's go see what there is to see. And so here's a closer look at the historic Guerin gas station. And take a look at these pumps. Oh my gosh. I love these old style pumps. I come across these every once in a while in my adventures, and it's just crazy. Look at that. The hose comes down. I suppose you just put the end of the hose in your gas tank and start cranking away. Looks a lot more dangerous than it is these days to pump some gas. So I imagine that these gas pumps were full service only. And so here is how the building looked all the way back in 1923. It was on the corner of North Owasso Boulevard and Rice Street, which was right around here. That's the original location, right near Owasso Lake, which is right there at the bottom of the map. But nowadays they moved it up the street near Turtle Lake to its current location that we are standing on today. And so this is what it looked like when it originally opened, similar to what it looks like now, just a little tiny spot. But in 1938, this was the Guerin's confectionery and filling station as it looked back then. So they added a little bit onto it, but my goodness, this is like taking a peek back in history right in front of our very eyes. So now I think I'm gonna stand right here where those guys were standing in the picture, just to kind of get a feel for what it was like back in 1923. You know, it could be 25, 30 below, and this is the little building that you have to shield yourself from all of the snow and cold during the winter. This little tiny space in here, look at, there's nothing in there. I don't know what they had stocked in here, maybe some magazines, a cash register. There wasn't room for much, but had to be some pretty miserable conditions at times. I love cloudy, dreary days like this when I'm on an adventure and then the sun just peeks out to give me the perfect picture and lighting for a spectacular location like this. Thank you, sunshine. Much appreciated. And of course, I couldn't come across old pumps like these and not take a check and see if the crank still cranks. Let's take a look. Yep, it does. This is what it would be like, pumping some gas. You'd have to make sure the hose is safely in the tank for the vehicle and it's not spilling all over the place, and you'd have to start hand cranking out the gasoline. Can you imagine 20 gallons doing this every time in the freezing cold? That was a lot of hard work back then. Whew, thank goodness for modern technology. Does the door open? Can we take a peek inside or not really? Nope. all locked up. So that's the best view of the inside we're gonna get. But on the other hand, there isn't much to see in there, so there you go. And since we can't go inside, here's a view from the side window as well. This is what it'd be like to stand in the building, looking out the front window, waiting for some cars to come by, more customers, exchanging stories from the 1920s with your buddy who works with you in the gas station in this cooped up little room. If these walls could talk, it sure would have a lot of cool stories, I'll bet. And one little disclaimer, this is the world's smallest Texaco station, not the world's smallest gas station. I believe that resides somewhere in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota. But I can't imagine it being too much smaller than this thing. This thing is tiny. Well, as we take one more final look at the beautiful fall colors here in Minnesota, as well as the world's smallest Texaco station, I want to thank each and every one of you for hanging out with me today. It sure was fun. Not the longest Tommy Travels video of all time, but that's only fitting for the world's smallest Texaco station. I want to thank the sun once again for cooperating with me today, giving me these beautiful shots of this amazing place. And if you guys liked what you saw here today, go ahead and hit like on my YouTube channel. While you're at it, go ahead and hit subscribe and the little bell notification next to it so you can be the first to know when a new adventure comes out. Thank you guys all so much for the wonderful support that you've given me so far. And until next time, I hope to catch you on the flip side.